Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome back to part 2 of my television adventures, where I revisit some of my favorite stories I filmed for Totally Wild, a kids' wildlife and adventure show here in Australia. I was on it for about 3 years. It was amazing. I went all over the country. I met some really interesting people and I played with some really cool animals. Like this time, I went over to Perth, Western Australia, and I got to meet some orangutans. Check it out.
Guess what? Today we are walking around a boardwalk. Look, I know it doesn't sound very exciting, but this boardwalk stands 2 meters high and extends 125 meters around an orangutan enclosure. Let's go. In the wild, these great apes are only found in the rainforests of Borneo and Sumatra. So to see one in the flesh is pretty orangutastic.
Here at Perth Zoo we have 12 Sumatran orangutans. Within that colony we have 2 adult males, Dinar and Sing Sing, one of them being Dinar up here hiding underneath his little blanket there. We have had 29 orangutans throughout the years since the 70s.
Wow, that is so cool. So how do they spend their day here at the zoo?
We like to keep their day as varied as possible. We mix everything up as we can, but we also like to follow their natural sort of behaviour pattern. So they get most of their food morning and afternoon, just like they would in the wild. And then throughout the rest of the day, we mix things up as much as we can and provide them with as much enrichment to keep them active as possible throughout the day.
Orangutans in the wild are actually a solitary animal, but how important is it to socialise them?
It's very important. They learn all their behaviours and culture through socialisation. So most of this occurs through their mother when they're growing up. Youngsters also like to play with each other and learn all sorts of stuff from each other.
You guys have a very interesting program where these orangs get to actually go out and live in the wild.
Yeah, that's true. Perth Zoo supports a release program in Sumatra where 163 Sumatran orangutans have been released into the wild already, including 2 of our own.
So how can you tell that these guys are actually ready to go out in the wild? I'm assuming it's different to a kid moving out of home, right?
Yeah, it's very different. They have 5 different skill sets they need to meet, and that includes nest building, being able to socialise properly, they need to be able to find enough food, they need to stay up in the trees where it's safe, and they also need to be able to know the area they live in.
Very cool. Well, how are the potential students at the moment?
We have 4 potential students and they're going very well. They're all in their pre-release training stage, especially our oldest one, 6-year-old Nairu.
Here's a question that might be on your mind. How can you tell the difference between an orangu man and an orangu woman? Well, similar to a lion's mane, the males have a large distinctive cheek pad which distinguishes them from the females. But male or female, these amazing creatures aren't having the most amazing time in the wild.
The Sumatran orangutan is critically endangered in the wild, with only about 6,000 of them left, which is not a very high number at all. Their biggest threat is habitat destruction, and this is through logging and agricultural land use.
So what can we humans do to help these amazing great apes?
You can do very simple things to make small changes to your everyday lifestyle to reduce your ecological footprint. You can also be conscious of the products you're buying in the shopping centres and avoiding all unsustainable palm oil products.
After spending some time with these great apes, this is one boardwalk you'd never get bored of walking around. That was so cool. I love their program of releasing the orangutans in the wild. It was amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Tomorrow, we're going to have a look at my time hanging out with hyenas. Have a great day.